Hey everyone, welcome to the first video of the string series, and in today's video we are going to solve the problem remove duplicates. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So let us understand the problem statement. The statement says that we will be given a string. In this example it is hello world, and we have to remove duplicates from this string. So the duplicate characters are L and O. So if we have a look, the final string after removing the duplicate characters would be H E L O W R T, the space. So you can see we have removed this L over here, and we kept this O, we kept this space, we kept this W. We removed this O because it has already occurred. We have kept the R and moved this L because it already occurred in this place. Next we had added D because it was the first occurrence of the letter D. So this is the whole problem statement that we are going to solve in JavaScript. So now let us have a look at the solution. So we are having a string hello world. Okay. In the solution, we will be keeping two pointers. One we are going to call it as a write pointer WP and a read pointer RP. Both are initialized to 0. RP is over here, RP here, and WP is also here. And we will keep on increasing this right pointer till it reaches the end of this string, and we'll have some logic for right pointer also. Okay, so initially we check that if the right pointer has not reached the end of the string. No, it hasn't. So we enter the while loop, and we also maintain a hash map, or we can say that a set which will contain our which will basically contain the characters visited. So we come to H. We found that the H was not present in the set add H, and since write pointer and read pointer are at the same place, we do nothing. We increase our write pointer and we increase our read pointer. Here's our write pointer is here. Our read pointer is here. Write pointer is also here. Next we check that if E was present in our set. No, E was not present. So we added E. Now we see that read and write pointer are at the same place, so we do nothing and we move on to the next as character. Moved our pointer, we moved read pointer, and our read pointer reaches here, our write pointer reaches here. Okay, now we can see that L is also not present in our set, so we add L set and we increase our read pointer and write pointer. Now here is the challenging thing. We see that our character L is already present in the set which we had declared before and initialized with HEL. So what we will do is we will keep our write pointer as it is, and we will only increase our read pointer. Yeah. So we come to this point. Then in the next while loop we see that read pointer hasn't reached the end of the string, so we start computations again, and we found that character O was not present in our set. Go and add character O over here, and since now we can see that the write pointer and read pointers are not same, so we just have to replace the character at right pointer with the read pointer, right? So this L will now become a O. Sorry, right? So this L over here will become a O, and we will now increase our right pointer and read pointer. Right pointer comes over, this is a blank space, and our next we see that this space is not present in the hash set. So we go ahead, add a space over here, and now we add a space in this hash set, and we see that our read pointer and write pointer are not uh, basically are not the same. So uh, we replace the character at right pointer with the read pointer. This O is replaced by a space, and we increase our read pointer and write pointer. Read pointer comes over here. Now we see that W is also not present in the set, so we add a W and we replace the read pointer with the write pointer. So this space now becomes blue, and increase our right pointer, and we increase our next. So we see that this O was already present in our set. So in this case, we will not update our right pointer, we will only update our read pointer. Now we have R was not present in our set, so we go ahead and add a R in the set. Now added a R, we just have to now replace the read pointer with the write pointer. So this W is now replaced by a R, and increase our right pointer and we increase read pointer. Okay, we come to L was already present, so we only increase our read pointer. We reach to D was not present in the set, so we go ahead and add a D, and now we replace the right pointer with the read pointer. This O becomes D, and we increase our read pointer and write pointer. Now since read pointer has reached the end of the string, we stop the iteration, and what we have to do is we have to return the character starting from index 0 till the uh, index of D, basically. So 1 less than W, and this would be our string that will contain non-duplicate characters. And like with this approach, you can solve many questions asked in the interviews, and this would definitely help you to solve questions related to swapping of characters or finding and replacing characters and other bunch of questions. So just make sure that if you find somewhere that the question involves finding or replacing, then do try to think for this solution by having a read pointer and a write pointer, and you might just crack that question. The complexity of this the time complexity of this solution is big O of n, because we traversed one time through the string, and the space character is also big O of n, because we are storing n number of characters in this set. So both the complexities are big O of n in the solution. So now let's have a look at the code. So here is the code snippet. We are having a function remove duplicates from string, that is accepting the whole string or the sentence. Next we create a new set, which is an empty array. So basically sets are used to store unique values, so we created a set that is also an array, and we have a write pointer and a read pointer. Then as stated whiteboard, we are having a while loop, having a condition that if the read pointer is less than the length of the string, keep iterating in the loop. Next we check if that particular character, which means sentence of read pointer, means that the character at the read pointer is not in the set. Then we go ahead, add the read pointer in the set, and we call a replace function. So here's the tricky part. So basically this replace function is used to add the character at the right pointer, and it reads, basically it takes a character from the read pointer, and we pass the right pointer, i.e. the place where we want to put this character, and we pass the whole string. So if you can see the logic in this, we are returning a string which is sentence of substr. If you don't know what substr does, is basically it is basically used to grab a part of a string, like as the name suggests, substring. In the first argument we pass the index from where we want to start picking the characters, and in the second argument we tell how many characters we want to pick. So we are saying that please pick index number of characters from the starting index, which is 0. So what does index means is that till the right pointer. So calling substr on sentence from 0 to index means we are picking elements from 0 till index -1. Okay, which means we are excluding the element at the right pointer. Okay. Next we are adding a character in the string, and then whatever is left after index +1. So in this part we added everything till index -1, and then we added our read pointer character, and now from index +1 till the very end, whatever is left of that particular string, append it at the very last. So as you can see that we have successfully omitted the character at the right pointer, and we replace that with character, which is our character at the read pointer, and we return the whole string. So one question might come in your mind, like, why do we need to do this? Because strings in JavaScript are immutable, which means that if you are having a string, like let's suppose we are having a string as xyz, and if we try to let's suppose if you try to swap or if you try to replace this x with y, and you might think that if we do s of 0 equals to s of 1, then this won't work, because strings in JavaScript are immutable. You simply cannot perform this type of operations. After doing this, the output of s will still be xyz and not yyz. In order to perform this task, we need to basically split our string into 3 parts, and the first part is to add all the substrings till index -1, and we append a character in between, and after and from index +1 till the very end we add everything which is present. Okay, this, and so yeah, if you can see that in the browser I have added a debugger. So like, let's be practical. If you are having an interview and this question is present in one of the question set, so you won't be having a pen or paper or a whiteboard to explain your approach and everything, and at that time you have to rely on debuggers. Okay, in debugging, what we do is you write your code in VS Code or in any editor you want, run that particular code in Chrome browser. Like I am using this package in VS Code, like live server, and that helps me create servers automatically, and it is running on port 5500. Next, what you have to do is go to console, open your console and go to sources, and in sources you will be having your file. For my, it is remove duplicates.js. Okay, Next, you have to click on any of this line. You can click any of the link, any of the line, and this basically becomes a breakpoint in your debugger. What breakpoint is that if somehow code reaches that particular line, it stops right over there until you allow that particular line to move ahead a step. Okay, so I added this debugger, and what you need to do is do a refresh. Okay, so after adding a debugger, what you basically have to do is you have to play around these buttons. So this will execute the code, and it will stop again on the next breakpoint. This will help us to move in every step, and all these nudges and labels help you understand the current state of the code. Okay, so we can see that in the input we have provided hello world, and in the console we are having the output of remove duplicate from string. So this function was called, and currently our array set is empty. You can see that here also in the local array set is empty. We are having read pointer as 0, write pointer as 0, and everything is just started. Okay, next we hit the line if array set has this particular value, and if you want to like read the particular value, you just have to select the thing you want to read, and you just have to hover on that part. Okay, so here I don't need to basically select this thing because it is already pointing me to H. Now we are having H as the first character, and we want to see if this is not present. If it is present in the set, which is not, so we enter this if condition. Next, this line was executed. Now we are now at line 13. You can see that in the array set H was already added. Next we are calling the replace function. So basically, if you might have figured it out that if the right pointer and the read pointer is same, calling that replace function and the whole splitting of that string into 3 parts we discussed before doesn't really make sense. Eventually it will bring out the same input sentence that was passed. Okay, if we move into this, and you can see that the character is H, the index is 0, and the sentence is H. Okay, so at the 0, what we want is we want to replace the 0th index with the character H, which will again return hello world. So it doesn't make sense. So we are calling this function, and you can see when the function was evaluated, the return value is again hello world. Next we reach on to the next iteration. We are doing write pointer ++ and the read pointer ++. Next we run for the second iteration. Now we are having character E, which is not in the set. We move ahead. We have added E in the set. We move ahead. You can see we are having an E. Now we are calling the replace function, and again the read pointer is at 1, and the character we want to replace is E, and again the output will be the same. We are having index is 1, character E, and the sentence is hello world. Next we try to execute it, and now if you want to really see what are the 3 parts evaluating to, you just need to hover this like this, and you can see that this part is fetching me the H, character is giving me E, and this whole part is giving me LOOWORLD. So which means HELLOWORLD, which evaluates to hello world again. We move on to the next iteration. So this is the way we try to debug things in our console, and I really suggest you to start getting familiar with debuggers in Chrome. This is really excellent tool, and this would really add an impression on your interviews. Do make sure you dry run the code in the interviews using this debugger, and you can make an impression in front of the interviewer. And if you want to remove the debugger, you just need to, you can either click on this line, that will remove the breakpoints, or if you want to keep the breakpoint and if you don't want any breakpoint to be active, you can create this button, you can click this button and it will deactivate the breakpoints. And if you try to run now, it will execute. As in the console you can see the output was HELLOWRD. So this was all in this video. See you in the next one.